Hey, this is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies, coming at you with another video on some minerals. Figured I would be a little less lazy and try to do a little more dusting. So, no promises on how clean these bases are going to get without washing them. But I figured I would just dust my mineral specimens off that fall into the miniature category and show you guys what I got. I don't specialize in miniatures. It's the thing that I least focus on, to be honest. Mainly smaller ones, like in my other video called thumbnails, or larger ones that typically are like small cabinet size, is what they qualify as, and they can be. I try to collect any ones for like small cabinet to cabinet size pieces from like 3 inches up to like 5 inches is what my target is. Just because, like, yeah, I don't know. They all have size categories, and I try to like fall within the size category and just kind of keep to that. So I have quite a few miniatures, even though I don't specialize in them. The main reason why I don't specialize in them is because there's so many that you can like wind up buying, like everything. You kind of want to buy everything, but you can't really catch them all. So I've kind of not focused on it as much. But here are the ones that I have got. Some of these are from when I first started collecting. Some of these I've picked up recently. So I'll go ahead and start the show here. This is a barite from Peru, I believe. Yeah. And it's a pretty one. These are really pretty. These are pretty affordable still. Surprisingly, the find has been out for a while. So if you like this barite, they are out there, and you can pick one up. And there's the location right there. So I know this has been spinning for a while I talk, so we're going to move on to the next thing. I'm going to try to start from the back. I have them all off to the right here, and then move through them. So here's something I got when I first started collecting. This is wolfenite. It's on a really nice white barite, and the reason why I wanted it is because of the contrast. You don't actually see a lot of these on white barite that are affordable. So this is a Rowley mine wolfenite. That's the name of the mineral, wolfenite. And that white is barite. I'll let it spin around. I'll snatch it off here. Okay, now we got something I dug up myself. This is a self-collected piece. Felt very fortunate to have found this while I was digging. It is an amethyst, mainly in just the tip of the termination. And this amethyst is from Payson. And I actually remember finding this, and it was upside down when I found it. And it looked all busted. But really, that's just crystal growth on the bottom. And I popped it out of the mud, and this beautiful crystal was there. And so this is just under 2 inches. Anything the way that you qualify like a miniature piece would be, it needs to be under 2 inches or fit in. Yeah, it needs to be under 2 inches by any dimension, I believe. So this would qualify as a miniature. And it was really cool to be able to dig that up myself. I go every year to Diamond Point and Payson. It's a free dig. There's no fee. You just have to go during a certain time of the year. Otherwise, it's not allowed. Alright. Here is a calcite. And this calcite is on aurocalcite or malachite. I'm not really sure what that matrix is, but they labeled it as aurocalcite. This is an awesome Brazilian calcite. Really like spectacular form, and Yeah, I really like it. I'm going to see if I can readjust this angle a little bit. Yeah, really cool how there's just that one in the back, double terminated, and then you have like the spray in front. Really neat calcite. Calcite, even though it's a common mineral, I have a lot of them, and calcite can do a lot of amazing things. You'll see as you go through this collection, I have quite a bit of calcites in miniature form, and there are a few different colors and varied in shapes. So go ahead and pull this one off. I'll start going through them a little bit faster. Just wanted to do a little pre-log to like explain a bit about what you're seeing. Here's an amethyst from Veracruz, Mexico. Really pretty spray of amethyst. Just going every direction. It's really cool. And so these are becoming a bit more expensive now. So if you do find this interesting and you collect minerals, you should pick one up while you can, while they're reasonably priced or just becoming unreasonably priced. Here's a fluorite. This fluorite I assume is from China. It's got a really light lavender color. It's like almost clear, but has like a hue of lavender, like purple kind of color in it. And it's really cool, and I like the rounded edge of that top cube. It's really neat. I don't know if that was done through some type of like water erosion or if it just formed that way, but it's really neat. And that was one I got when I like kind of first started collecting. Here's a recent acquisition. This is a calcite, beautiful calcite on dolomite, and the little specks are chalcopyrite. And the calcites are the two yellow crystals. Now this is a different form from that last one you had seen. This is an elongated form, but it's not as pointy, or it's not scalenohedral, or however you would say that other formation. So that one's from Sweetwater Mine in Reynolds County, Missouri. Here's another one that I had found myself. I dug this on Saddle Mountain in Tonopah, Arizona. They call these Calcini roses or Calcini rosettes. This is the only one that I've seen still on Matrix. Most of them pop off. That's too much light. Most of them pop off. So it's kind of cool to like see it grown inside of like onto this rock that kind of looks like an egg. So it's kind of weird, but cool at the same time. And it was just cool to be able to like find this myself. It's got like a rose color to it, like a pink, a very light pink color to it. So that was that one. That's from Saddle Mountain, Tonopah, Arizona. Here's one from India, from Maharashtra, India. I believe it's Vijaypur inside of Maharashtra. And this is an apophyllite. That's the green. The light peachy color is heulandite, and that white crystal at the bottom is stilbite. And so this is a really nice little miniature, just like a cute little display of apophyllite on Matrix. And so I liked that one. I picked it up. It was very reasonably priced. Here's a kind of recent one. It's a purple aragonite from Spain. So it's really cool. Not extremely purple. None of them are. But it just has that purple core to it. That makes it a little different from the ones from Morocco. And this aragonite's pretty cool. I like the way it displays. So there's just two floating crystals, not attached to anything. So they look like they're euhedral, which just means no point of attachment anywhere onto any other rock. And so that was pretty cool. Go ahead and grab that one. I'm going to back this up just a tad. Here's one that I wanted to clean. I wanted to chemically clean it. It's a really beautiful, complete fluorite cube, just perched on top of a calcite matrix. and it's really hard to find complete fluorite cubes. Fluorite's very popular, but like most are broken, and I try to collect things that are complete. So this is pretty neat. It's a little grungy on a couple of the sides of the cube, but I think with a little diluted muriatic acid and like a Q-tip or something, I might be able to just get off the calcite that I think is kind of crusted on the cube itself, and it might just be a very clear floating cube, which would be really cool if I could pull that off. I grabbed this because it was, in my opinion, underpriced, and I think if I cleaned it and it came out successful, it would be worth 10 times what I paid for it. So yeah, really cool little one. I think it's from Yindu, China, Yindu mine. But let me go ahead and take that one off. This is Inner Mongolia, China. This is a octahedral fluorite. It has an inclusion, a hair-like crystallized inclusion, several different fibrous hairs inside of it. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Like a bezel light or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it starts with a B. But anyways, it's a pink fluorite, which is super cool. It's kind of hard to, there you go, you kind of see it light up there. Some minerals do well with a lot of light, some don't. I have to redirect the light on some of these just so you can kind of see what they really look like. And so this one's a pink fluorite from Inner Mongolia. It's good size. It's about 1.25 inches. And I'll go ahead and show you like the way that I display it. I display it like this so you can see it, the top of it. So I'll go ahead and I'll snatch that one off there and move on to the next. This next one is halite, which is technically a salt crystal. But it is from New Mexico. See if I can, it's got a pretty blue and purple color inside. So this is a really good miniature of halite. Yeah, just a really good miniature of halite. This is the only place in the world that there's blue halite, really. So that one's really cool. Nothing I'm showing you is lab grown or anything. It's literally all natural by nature. Nothing's colored or anything. So here we have a Tessin habit quartz from Switzerland, and y'all hear about Swiss quartz all the time. And like they made Swiss watches that have Swiss quartz in it. Like they're famous for quartz because it's so clear. It can be so clear. A lot of times it's smoky though from there, like a grayish, blackish color. But this one's just a really cool Tessin habit, not a normal quartz habit formation. So that one's pretty neat. I wanted a Swiss quartz, so I got this one because it was a little different. I'm trying to set up my camera again. Whoop. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Real technical difficulties. I'm gonna pause it. Alright, fixed it. Sorry about that. So here's a good angle of it. I'll go ahead and snatch this one off and I'll go on to the next one. I'll probably knock out all the tall ones just in case I need to adjust any angles. But that one's just under 2 inches. It's barely like a miniature. Here's another one that's quite tall. When I measure it, it's really close to being 2 inches exactly. So I'm just going to put it in this collection because it's pretty close to being, I mean, it is a miniature, I guess. I don't have a caliper or anything on hand. But this is blue barite. I want to see if I can get the blue show up. Okay. So this is blue barite. It's from Morocco. It's the only place they found this style of blue barite is in Nador, Morocco. These are getting really hard to find. They're really hard to find now. But this is a really beautiful flower of barite from there, on like a Gaussian matrix, just like a rusty kind of colored matrix. But yeah, I got really lucky with this one. I mean, you can see it's like a flower. Not a lot of them are like flower-like like this. Most of them aren't. These are kind of rarer to like find. And so that was neat to snatch up. Got it at an insane deal when they first came on the scene. And now they're like almost all gone. So here is another tall one. This one is a miniature as well. Just barely. And this is a beautiful amethyst from Chibuku mine in Zimbabwe. It's a scepter amethyst. You can see it kind of gets narrower towards the bottom, towards the matrix. And that's a scepter. It's a really cute cluster, really great color, really nice quality, clean, not really damaged, which is nice. And the phantom is the coolest part about this piece. And I don't know if I have a way to show you, but I'll try. So it's not working. Let's try this. There you go. You see it? Do you see those like several pyramids in there? Like purple pyramids? That's the phantom in there. It's really cool. I wish I had a way to show you a little bit better. Alright, so I just readjusted it so I could show you what this phantom is like in here. It's my favorite phantom in any quartz that I've seen. It has hematite inclusions, those are like the little hairs. It's got all kinds of stuff going on in there. But the peaks, the purple peaks in there are extremely cool to me. And I haven't seen anything really like it in person. Seen a couple that have maybe, a purple phantom, maybe 2 lines, but that's just a lot of stuff going on in there. Yeah, so that was that amethyst. I'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. We will do a wolfenite from the Red Cloud mine. Beautiful wolfenite on matrix. You could see they're just perched there. That one's just growing off the corner. Really cool, very lustrous. The little white crystals on top of the orange crystals is actually fluorite, tiny little fluorites. And this one was a really good miniature from the Red Cloud mine in Arizona. See if I can light it up a little bit better. You can see how orange they are, how fiery orange, almost red they are. So that one's cool. That one's from Arizona. Go to move on to the next one. Here's a calcite from India with perfect form. Really cool. Darken it up a little bit so you can see it. But man, that thing is just crystal clear. It's got a lot of etchings on it, just kind of natural crystal growths, and it's just like a perfect form. You see how it's like completely symmetrical? It's got a little chevron shape on the termination. Let's see if I can bring the light over here. But you could see the formation is just like perfectly symmetrical. It's complex too, but it repeats. So I really liked that one. And so that is a calcite from India. I picked that up because it was reasonably priced, and it was just kind of immaculate. And so I thought that was really cool. Move on to the next one. Let's see. We got this. This is a stilbite and apophyllite from Maharashtra, India. I got the light right on it, so I know it's kind of bright. But you can kind of see how that apophyllite glows under that light. Really cool, like a neon green kind of color. And so I picked that up just because it was really, really pretty. Not expensive at all. And let's see, we have another calcite. I don't think I've shown this one yet. It's got that scalenahedral kind of shape to it. And this is another calcite from Missouri, I believe. I have the label somewhere. I haven't labeled it yet. But yeah, just a really nice miniature, just like perched on matrix. The white stuff you see is just mineral tack, so whenever you see that, it's just to hold it in place. It's not permanent or anything. It's just something I use to just hold them there unless I permanently mount them. This is a really cool halite. This one I think is from California. If any of you know, please let me know in the comments. It's a hoppered halite. I don't know why New York is coming to mind, because I had the label at one point. I don't know if it's New York, California. I have no idea. But it is so cool how it just goes from those smaller cubes to the bigger cubes upward. And I just think they're so neat, and I don't see them anymore. And it was a steal. I got it for like $10. So that's really cool. And glad I bought it, because I'm probably never get another one. But that's a cool halite crystal, or multiple halite crystals. Here's another red cloud. This is red cloud mine, and the mineral is wolfenite. Another cool one on matrix, good miniature size. This one is like almost over 2 inches. I don't know, I don't have calipers, but it's a miniature. This one is super cool. This is a hemimorphite from the Congo. And you can see as it spins, it has this disc shape to it. And when you go down the spine, if you look down the spine of it right now, you can see these are all crystals that have come together to a point. And so they grew like this, like in a sphere, as you go down the spine of the piece, you can kind of tell. So that was a very unique hemimorphite. Wish we could get it to focus. Yeah, it doesn't come through a lot on camera, but it's almost a full circle, completed circle. So that one was really cool. It was probably like the second best find of this person's trip, who went to go and collect it. He also purchased stuff from the locals and brought it back for like resale. And so that's I got this from Kyber Minerals, if any of you know who that is. Yeah, so that one's cool. I'll snatch that one off there, move on to the next. Here's a really nice calcite from Berry Quarry, Jennings, Indiana. Let's see here, just get that to spin around. Sorry about that, kept getting notifications on my computer, so I had to pause that. But this is a really nice calcite. They're kind of famous for like their soccer ball shape. This one might be a twin or something. It has a weird thing going on. But I find it really cool. I think it's a really nice piece on matrix, just like kind of nestled in between those two stones. So like that. That's like the cool view of it. That's how I display it. And I have one more from there that I just got in yesterday. And this was a really good deal, in my opinion. Almost looks like a garnet in its shape. This is perfect, no damage on matrix. Yeah, it's perfect on matrix. Sorry, I keep having to pause this thing. And it looks really nice, really lustrous. It has chalcopyrite inclusions, so you see the little specks in there. They're actually really golden inclusions. I have the light right on it so you can kind of see it glow. Let's see if I can get the reflection so you could see the little golden specks in there. Yeah, I thought that calcite was great. So I'll go ahead and snatch it off there. I'll give you one more look at like the cool, I think the cool view, which is this side. How it just looks like a perfect like garnet. Alright, next we got a Herkimer diamond from New York. It's a quartz crystal, but they call them Herkimer diamonds. Really lustrous, really clear, really cool in my opinion. This one was like $10 or something a long time ago, so I had to pick that one up. They're a lot more expensive now, but they're prolific, so there's a lot of them. You can actually find them for really good prices. It just depends on who you buy them from. But I think these are really sweet. I think everybody should have a Herkimer diamond, on matrix or not. I think they're cool. Now we got a duckbill gypsum. This is from Manitoba, Canada. I believe it's Manitoba. I'll play with the light a little bit so you can kind of see. But yeah, it has like, so it's all the same mineral. The balls are also gypsum. But for some reason, one crystal decided to grow really, really big, which I find very interesting. And they call it duckbill gypsum because it kind of looks like a duckbill. But this piece is really cool, really good price for it. These are getting really hard to come by, so I'm glad I own one at least. It doesn't have the best color. It could be like more of a golden color, but I still like it. I like the juxtaposition between like the big crystal and the two like balls. Like, I just think it's kind of cool. Here is a fluorite. This is from Elmwood Mine. This has some sphalerite with it. and it's a really pretty purple. See if I can. That just kind of lights it up. You can see the sphalerite's kind of like a root beer, Coca-Cola kind of color. And the cube is complete. It's just on matrix, and so most of it is grown into the matrix. But a really cool one from Elmwood Mine in Tennessee. You can see like the etchings and growth patterns on it. Here's a rather new one. This is a smoky quartz with spessartine garnets on it from Fujian, China, or Tongbei, China. Sorry. This one's very clear crystal. So really nice quartz. Really nice garnets. You can see how sparkly it is. You can see how clear the crystal quartzes are. Has like dust on it. So it's hard to kind of... Now it's got fingerprints on it. Hold on. But yeah, I picked this one up just because it was one of the best miniatures I've seen of it. It does have a couple dings on the tips of the quartz. But the color's great. The luster's great. It's kind of everything, kind of has everything going on for it. It's hard to get it to focus. But yeah, those garnets are beautiful on there, like perfect, like orange garnets. So what else we got? We got, I think, one more. Yeah, we just got one more. So thanks for sticking it out. Seeing all the miniatures I have. I think we'll do small cabinets next, because that is one of my primary focuses. It's a beautiful fluorite here. Euhedral fluorite. Meaning that it doesn't really have like a point of attach. I mean, it kind of has a point of attachment, but it's a full crystal. It grew all the way around and crystallized. There is matrix a bit, so it's not quite euhedral, but really cool display. It's got a beautiful purple color. Just glows when you light it up. Nice like geometry to it. Just really cool. It looks like a jewel, like in a cartoon or something. That's how kind of perfect it looks, in my opinion. Looks like a gem. It's not cut, just grew this way. These crystals in Fujian, China, are known for this type of shape. It's like dodecahedral or something of that nature, I believe it's called. 10-sided or 12-sided. I can't remember exactly, but that one's super cool. So I hope you liked my collection today. I think I'll leave you off on, I don't know, just something spinning. Something that is pretty when it spins. I guess this one, even though you just saw it. But yeah, that's my collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment if you collect minerals, especially what you collect. I collect worldwide minerals in all sizes. I try to specify in thumbnail size or small cabinet size, which we'll see next. We'll see the small cabinets next up whenever I get to it. I think there's about just as many small cabinets as miniatures, so it is going to take a little bit more space on the table. So I have to readjust some things. But this is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies signing off, and I want you to have a good day.